Good evening, guys. Am I audible? Is my screen properly visible? Sorry for the delay, guys. So today is the last day. I hope we can wind up today's session very well. Good evening. Are you guys there? So in the previous classes, we have completed about the NLP basics. With machine learning, we have seen a project in yesterday's class, and today we are going to continue with that because we have one pending topic, which is RNN, recurrent neural network. Okay, so it is a kind of neural network which is applied for these kind of text classification tasks, NLP tasks. Okay. So yesterday we have seen about applying machine learning. So today we will be continuing like a new project where we are going to apply neural network for the same task, so that you can learn about RNN and about LSTM. So with that, today's session will be over and our course will be over. So this Naan Mudhalvan Virtual Internship Data Science is a 20-day class, and today is 20th day, and remaining 10 days is for your project. So please make sure you are registered for it. Okay. So this is the last date for registration of that project, and the link is given in the description. You can find 3 links. I'll explain what those links are. 3 are very important. Okay, so please make sure you are clicking the registration link to cover the registration. And these are the important dates, and these are the rules actually. It should be a data science project, and maximum you can do it alone or as a team, and a maximum of 4 members can be in a team. So the important dates are actually from tomorrow. Okay, 10 days are that. This 25th is the last date for submission, and 20th, next Saturday, will be the last date for registration. Okay, guys. And can we start about RNN? Yes, whether you are registering for project or not, you will be getting participation certificate if you have 75% attendance. This registration or this project is for those who wish to do it. You will be getting a prize money if you win. So based on your interest, you can actually join this. So regarding RNN, I hope you can start with the topic. So a recurrent neural network, it is full form, it is abbreviated as recurrent neural network, is a type of artificial neural network that is designed to work with sequential data such as time series or natural language text. Okay. So the basic idea behind RNN, we have learned about ANN, artificial neural network, which like it has input layers, many hidden layers and output layers, right? When we go for CNN, we had the convolutional operation where it is continued with some other layers like pooling layer. Finally, we are going to stretch it along and then pass it in the neural network. But here, what is RNN? So the basic idea behind RNN is to use feedback loop. Okay. So some feedback is given to propagate information from one time step to next, with the output of each time serving as the input of next. So I'll show you an image with that you can understand better. So it does many applications in kind of speech recognition or language translation, basically with the text data, and also time series forecasting. Okay, guys, we have learned about it like using ARIMA. So in that same task for predictions like stock market prediction and so on, you can go with this RNN types. So how an RNN works? See here, for example, if this is a neuron, okay, this is a neuron, you are giving input. Okay, some processing, bias is added, activation function is done, and it is giving you output, right? That's what an ANN will do. But here, every neuron, what it will do is, for every input, when it do the processing, it will be circulating a feedback again to it, okay? Again to it, or if it has a connection of neurons in that same network, it is going to pass some information. So this information transferred to the next neuron along with the next input, so that every feedback is given to that same neural network. So it can improve on its own. Okay, so for example, this TANH, we have learned about it. It is an activation function. So the input of the current one along with the input of the previous one is passed. So that's what the advantage of this RNN. Okay, this input in the form of sequential data is fed into the RNN, which has a hidden internal state that gets updated every time. Okay, so why we are doing it? Because it's a sequential data. Whether it is a time series forecasting or it is a text data. For example, if you are reading a paragraph, so based on the first line, you can understand the second line and third line and so on, right? But if you are passing it to the neural network, how will it understand the semantic of this paragraph? So it should learn from the previous one, right? So it should understand. So for that, or for time series, the current output will be dependent on the previous one, right? So for this RNN will be helpful. So like this, it is going to give some feedback. Again, back propagation, forward propagation will happen, but this will circulate some feedback which will help it to improve. So the types of RNN actually, so if you are giving one input, like for example, if this blue color is a neuron, if you are giving one input and you are getting one output, it is called as one-to-one. And if you are giving one input and passing it to many neuron and you are getting many output, it is called as one-to-many, and similarly many-to-one, many-to-many. Okay, so these kind of things can be present in RNN, but there are some drawbacks in RNN, guys. So there is something known as vanishing gradient problem. So we have already learned about it in gradient descent, we have learned it, right? So it is not moving in that sense. So when training an RNN, the gradient of loss function with respect to parameter of the network needs to be propagated back through time. So which can be lead to problem of vanishing gradient. Okay, this occurs when the gradient become very small as they back propagated through many time steps, making it difficult to update the parameter. So it will be stagnant in some part. So that's what this vanishing gradient, no improvement in the back propagation. And audible, I felt like some kind of connection issues. Can we continue? Am I audible, guys? Can you guys please give me a confirmation? So regarding the exploding gradient, occurs when the gradient becomes very large actually. It may become very small or stagnant, or in some cases, since it is like for every data it is going to store the memory. Okay, so this it is giving some feedback, right? You can imagine it as a memory. So for all the data it is circulating the memory. Okay, so it is going to store the huge amount of memory, so which may sometimes it may become a drawback, because during backpropagation it is going to alter the parameters, leading to instability in the training process. So you need to have that memory, but it is also becoming a problem. So what are you going to deal with that? So to overcome RNN, they have introduced some advanced kind of thing which is known as LSTM. Okay, to solve the problem of vanishing and exploring gradient in RNN, many variations have been developed, and one such famous thing is known as LSTM. So this LSTM stands for long short term memory. So as the name itself suggests, long short term memory. So what is known as short term memory? So short term memory loss we would have seen in movies, right, in Gajini and so on. So the hero remembers only for the last 5 minutes whatever happened, and then he is going to forget things. So it is kind of that kind of task, guys. So it is not going to take the entire thing. So every time it is running, it is going to neglect something and it is going to take a few. So that's what this long short term memory network. So it is going to also gain the memory, but at the same time it is going to lose some information so that it is not going to explode the gradient. So it is a variety of RNN that are capable of learning long-term dependency, especially in sequence prediction problems. So this is very kind of important when you are dealing with the text data or time series analysis. So if you have time, I will suggest you to do some project using LSTM or neural network with time series analysis. So this is what is happening, guys. So there is something known as this multiplication is happening here. Addition is happening here. So some activation functions are deployed here. So what is happening in this LSTM? I'll explain you guys. See here, this is known as point by point multiplication. And actually this LSTM is composed of 4 states, guys. So this is cell state. Okay, or it is also called as memory state. So this is going to decide which you have to going to keep. So this is known as forget gate. So whatever passed here is going to lose some information by this multiplication. I'll explain you the maths behind it. So whenever this is passing inside, it is going to lose some information, and this is known as input gate. Okay, some input is passed here. This is addition, something is happening here. So something from here, the past is forgotten something and it is stored here. Along with that, some information input is passed and both of this gets added and passed to the next output gate. So we are getting output. So what is happening here? It is passed to next neuron. So for example, this is a neuron, this is happening inside, this is passed to next neuron. So what will happen here? So I'll draw and tell you guys. So before that, at each time step, okay, it is going to take a vector. So I hope we can do the max here itself so that you can understand. So I'll just try to draw something here, guys. Understand what will happen here. In the forget gate, it contains the past data from xt, okay. So now it is going to new data. So some past information is passed here. It is going to go through the multiplication. For example, if the past information is, see here, it is a vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, imagine this 5, okay. So this multiplication is going to happen for this input data, where it is going to have, for example, it will compare, okay. So if you have 5 words in your sentence, this is the past data, and if you are passing the current data, it is going to compare whether this word and this word is related. So if they are related, it is going to give 1, and if they are not related, it is going to place 0 in that place. Okay, now we are going to perform multiplication here. So what will happen in the output? Tell me, guys. So this vector will do multiplication 1 by 1, and you will get like something like 1, 2 and 3 will be present. The unrelated data, okay, 4 and 5 will multiply it by 0 and 0. So finally you will be getting output like here 0. So these terms are remembered. This 1, 2, 3 part is remembered, but these below 4, 5 are forgotten. Okay, that's what the help of this forget gate. So that every time it runs, it is going to lose some unwanted information and take the exact required information. So are we clear how this is working? So that's what is happening in LSTM. So whichever passing in the forget gate, it will determine based on the previous memory cell, it will determine whether this is required or not, and the unnecessary things are discarded. Okay, guys, so that's what LSTM will do. So when we go for practical application of LSTM or practical implement of any neural network for sequence data, okay, imagine you will be having, like, for example, the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Imagine these as 5 rows in your data set. So first we'll have, like, you'll be having text, okay, 4 sentence. So next is having many sentences, for example 7 words. This sentence is having 4 words, this is having 7 words, and this is having 5 words, and so on. You will encode it, but it will be in the numerical format, but these are all in different sizes. You can understand, right? If you want to pass this into a neural network, if you pass this as such, you will be getting error. So what is the thing with neural network is everything should be in the same length. So for that we are going to do something known as padding. So in image we have done padding, right, to protect the shape of it. 6x6, 8x8 we have done it. If you guys remember about the filter or kernel, we have discussed in CNN. Are you guys remember that? Similarly, the padding we are going to do here is something known as pre-padding and post-padding. So this can be done, okay. So if you go for pre-padding, it is going to add zeros in front, okay. You can decide the total length. I am going to set the total length as 7. So everything will be converted into 7 length. You can add zeros either in front or back. If you go for post-padding like this, the remaining places will add it with 0. So that now the total length is 7 in all the places. If you go for pre-padding, it will add in the front. Okay, guys, you can do both. So this is what known as padding sequences. And another thing, when we go for practical application, I'll show you. So before passing this sentence, you like text data, you have pad it, okay, and then we have to do something known as embedding layer. I'll show you why we are doing it before passing it to a neural network. And the project we are going to see is fake news classification using LSTM. So if you guys remember in yesterday's assignment 4, I have given this project only, fake news classification. First you guys try, I'll show you with LSTM. You guys try on your own with machine learning algorithms, and then you can also try with this kind of tasks, okay. So I'll show you in today's class. We'll see this project, you also try to do on your own. And regarding the update link, guys, for assignment 4, since we are going to conclude our class today, the assignment 4 update link is given in the description as well as in the chat box. Once you complete it, okay, please upload it in the LinkedIn or Facebook and upload or update this form. So we'll see about fake news classification using LSTM. And another thing, guys, so there is a Google review link is given in the description. So based on this parts, 20 days, you can write about your experience about this internship in Google review. So you can include your information, and my name is Shankar. So you can mention the class name and my name, and you can give your valuable comments in the Google review, guys. So that will be helpful and a little bit cheerful for me. So thank you. Thanks for attending 20 days. So we'll continue with the project. And please remember these dates, guys. And regarding the assignment 4, fake news classification only, you guys try on your own. And please update the link, and the link is given in the description. Please make a note of it. So I hope we can go and start with the project. And another thing, guys, so in yesterday's class I got an error in the end, so I cannot conclude it. So when I go for support vector classifier, I got error, right? So this error I got, but if I go for like linear regression, I didn't got any error, I got the output. So the thing I found it, see here, when I transform it in yesterday's class, the input data I have transformed it into array format, but here I haven't done it, so that's what the error is. So it is telling me it cannot use the sparse data, you want to convert it to an array format, so you can go with to array. So if I conclude this, it is going to give me the output using support vector classifier. So we got some error in the yesterday's class, sorry I couldn't clarify it exactly, so later I took a time to find it, and this is what I have found out. So that's a little bit mistake I have done. So whatever preprocessing you are doing in your text data, in the training data, you have to do it for the prediction, so then only you can get issue free. Okay, so I hope it will be good. So I hope we can go for today's task. Okay, so this is a huge data, guys, nearly 100 MB. So I have loaded it earlier since it took nearly 15 minutes for me to load, and I load the data. I hope it will be fine. Yeah, now it's fine. We'll go for head, and this is my data set, guys. So I have the ID, title, author name and text, guys. Finally the label, if it is 1, it is known as fake news, and if it is 0, it is a reliable or true news. Okay, can we start, guys? Can I get thumbs up in chat box? Can we start with the project using LSTM? Since we are using neural network for text data, we have to do something known as embedding. Okay, so some tasks are need to be done new, and I am also going to teach you something known as word cloud. You would have seen in many places, but you would have not know how to use it, so I'll teach you about that in this practical session. Can we start, guys? Waiting for your response. Yes, thank you. So I hope we can start. So I'll go and get the shape of it, guys. So the shape, as you can see, how many rows is there totally? Nearly 21,000. It is a huge data set, and we are getting null values, but comparing the 21,000, I am going to lose some information. So since this is a text data, you cannot actually manipulate anything or take an average or do something repetitive. You cannot do it. So I am going to drop the null values, guys. And the thing is, in this project, I am going to take this label alone. Okay, so I am going to drop the label, and I'll be continuing with the title only. So I'm going to take the title, and I'm going to decide whether it's a fake news or real news. So what you can do is, in the project, you can try to take the text and do the processing, guys. You can go with the text. So based on the text in the news, you can decide whether it is a fake news or real news. I'm going to go with the title. Okay, so I hope we can go and separate the X and Y. Sorry, little bit issue with this. So in Y, I am taking the label, which is the output, which is already in 0 and 1. For example, this is the first title. So based on I'm going to train the model based on the title and the output, whether it is original or wrong. So I'm using NLTK. I'm going to download everything which is required. We'll wait for it to complete. Okay, it's done. And we are going to see something new, which is known as word cloud, which will give you an image. Okay, based on the words it is present, you would have seen it, so it will be a little bit attractive, and you can also find which are all like important words you are having. So I'm going to take the title. Okay, so whatever the title, since for this word cloud I'm going to store it in this list. Okay, so I'm going to use a set to remove the repetitive words. So see here guys, from word cloud import word cloud and stop words. So you can import the stop words from here. So I'm going to use the set for it, and this word cloud you can install with pip install word cloud. You can go and set the width of the image you want and the height, okay, the background color of that image. The stop words you can pass it, it will be stopped, and the font size. So once you set this, okay, wait a minute guys, so I'll like you want to pass it as a string, so I'm going to join everything and I'm going to use this generate. So using this object I'm going to call this generate the word string, which I have just completed here. So this I'm going to use matplotlib to plot the figure and go with imshow. So something like in stop words, there are some issues guys. It is having repetitive words, so you don't want to get confused, right? What is the activity of a set? What is the property of a set? It is going to remove it is not going to allow the duplicates, right? So that's why I'm using set for stop words, and this is what known as a word cloud guys. In assignment, please make sure you are including this guys. It will be really helpful and a little more attractive. Whatever NLP project you are doing, you are seeing, it will include these kind of word clouds. So this our title is having like this New York Times, kill Russia, so video, what all things there, Hillary Clinton, Trump, you can see, right? So we are passing the stop words to remove that. Okay. Yesterday's attendance, like they have updated the attendance. You can go and check the previous day's class. In the end, you will be receiving the attendance. So I'm going to just reset the index in X. In X, we are having the title alone, guys. So I'm going to import from Keras. See here, I'm importing something known as embedding. I'll show you what it is. Okay. And from tensorflow.keras in preprocessing sequence, I'm going to use this pad sequence for padding. Okay. And then sequential. And here we are not going to use bag of words or TF-IDF. Instead, we are going to use new one, which is known as one hot from Keras in the preprocessing text. Okay. You can also import LSTM from keras.layers. LSTM is available here, and I'm importing the dense layers, guys. And this vocabulary size, before we go into padding or passing into data, I'm going to set the maximum size as 5000. I'm not going to load more than that. So I'll load the stop words, and here we are going to perform like yesterday. Here we are going to perform stemming to find the stem word, leaf word. Okay. So I'm going to use the regular expression to remove unnecessary words. Only words with letters is going to be in my data set. Other than that is replaced with a gap. Okay, in the title. So I'm going to use the lower option and then split them and then passing into stemming and then finally joining them and appending it in this list corpus. Like yesterday we are doing it. So this corpus is now will be a stemmed word, and it contains all the data. It is running. We'll wait for it to complete. So once we done this pre-processing, we have to convert it into a numerical format. So in this class, we are going to use one hot representation. So which is from Keras pre-processing text. We are going to use this one hot representation. So this is our corpus. After this process, it is having this list for each word. Okay. Stemmed word. Stemming. I'm not performing lemmatization. I'm doing stemming, guys. It's based on your requirement. You can go for it. So we'll wait for it to load. I'm getting some lag. It is a huge data, so it's a little bit not supporting. So I'm going and get the first one, guys. So this is my first title, right? So this is what the stemmed word and removing the stop words look like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this one hot. So where you will be passing the word and the vocabulary size you require. Okay. So I'm going to append it in this list. Okay. So this one is here. I'll load it again. So now after converting it using one hot encoding, I'll show you what this is turned into. Okay. Totally the size, vocabulary size is 5000, guys. Okay. So it is going to take all the words and give unique index number. So what is this number? 2300 means this Flynn. This word is in that 5000. This is in the 2367th place. This word Hillary is in 707th place. Okay. Similarly, it is encoded. So this is done for all the things, for all the datas. And now you can see, like for this text, it is having 6 Okay, it is having 7 words and now we are getting 7 encoded values, but we have to do the encode padding, right? So since we want to convert them into same length, so the maximum length I am setting it to 20. I'm going to use this pad underscore sequence and I'll pass this data entirely. Here I am taking the first index, I'm going to pass it entirely, and I'm optioning for post padding, and the maximum length is the sentence length 20. Okay, 20 will be the maximum length. Now I can show you guys. So this is my entire thing now padded, so everything will be in the length of 20. Okay, I'll go and show you this, how it is turned. You can see, right, the total length is 20. It is post padding, remaining zeros are added. You can go and check for other thing also like this. See here, this contains 11 words and the remaining are zeros. Now we are going to create our LSTM. Okay, so based on your length you can give it. So here, since it is a title, I am giving 20. If it is a text, you may, like, text will be having many words, right? So for that you can set some more high limit like 50 or 100. So based on it, otherwise you will be losing information, right? So see here guys, I'm creating the model and setting the vector features as 40 totally. The input size, here we are going to add first an embedding layer. Why we are doing? Before passing these things padded length, I want to pass it through embedding layer, which will then pass it to LSTM and then to the dense layer. That's what the architecture is. I'm creating an embedding layer and the vocabulary size for it. What is the size we have set it? 5000, right? That will be here. You want to pass the length correctly, otherwise you will be getting error. Here the vector features, I'm going to get output from it is 40. This 5000, it is going to take 40 and provide it to the next. Okay, and the input length is the sentence length, which will be 20. Next I'm going to add the LSTM, which I have imported from layers keras, and I'm going to set 100 neurons here. So this is going to gain some memory and lose some of it, and gain memory and lose some of it, and it is going to do that task. And I'm going to add an output layer, which will be a dense layer with sigmoid activation, since it is classification problem. And the loss is binary cross entropy. I'm going to compile it with the optimizer Adam, and the metrics is accuracy. And I'll go and get the summary. Okay, this is a summary, just an embedding layer. Once you pass the sequential data, you have to go with embedding layer, and the output shape will be 40, which is then passed to LSTM and the dense output layer. Okay, so before training the data, I'll go with converting them into array. So you can go and check the shape of it, and I'll go for xtrain, xtest, ytrain, ytest. This is the shape of it. And finally, model fitting. It is going to run 10 epochs. I have set it to 10. Okay, so I'll pass it and we'll wait for it to complete. In the meantime, for attendance for day 19, guys, you go and check in previous day's class. In the last minute in the chat, you can find the previous day's attendance link. So the epoch is running, and we can see the accuracy is increasing, right? First it was 0.84, then 0.94. It is keep on increasing. We'll wait for it to complete, guys. You guys please try the assignment with machine learning algorithm. So if you are interested, you can also go try with neural network like this and make a predictive system based on the text. Okay, I have done it with title. You can go with the text to compare and find whether it is a fake news or real news. Okay, it is completed. And then I'm going to use the X test for prediction, and I'll visualize what is the output here, guys. So the thing is, it is going to give you a probability. Okay, so we are going to set a threshold value which will be 0.5. So I'm going to use numpy where option. So wherever it is greater than 0.5, I'm going to replace it with 0.1, and other than that it will be 0, considered as 0. Okay, and I'll import the confusion matrix from sklearn.metrics. So when you are doing project, please make sure you are using the word cloud. Okay, guys. So it seems like algorithm, I have done some pretty much task here. 3000 and nearly 500 places are predicted wrongly, and nearly 6000 or 5000 is predicted correctly. Nearly 10% is a loss. And we'll go and get the accuracy score. Furthermore, layers can be added to improve the accuracy. It is nearly 90% accurate. Okay guys, and you can also get the classification report. So this is a predictive system guys. This is a title I have taken from the above. Okay, first I am doing the one hot encoding, okay, to convert it into numerical format, and before going into padding you have to turn it into a list. Okay, then I am passing it, the maximum length is 20. The same thing I am going to do post padding. Once it is done, I am going to allow it to predict, and if it is greater than 0.5 it is a fake news. If the value is less than that, it is a reliable or real news. So I'll run this. So the output it is given, it is a fake news guys. So I hope it will be clear. So when you ask for whether you have to go for machine learning algorithm or neural network, the thing is, when you go for the application task and the runtime or computational expensive, machine learning algorithms are very simple guys. So you can just import it and run it. It is not going to cost you anything. It will be very quick. But when you go for neural network, it is some more complex. I'll tell you the advantage. It is more reliable. Neural network will be further more advantage and important. But when you go for neural network, it is computationally expensive. You can do it with both. Okay, but if you are having very much complex data and complex task, you can go for neural network. If it is simple, you can go for machine learning algorithm. Since why I am telling is, when we go for neural network, imagine you are setting 1000 or 100 epochs. When you go for image classification and all, okay, so it is going to take a lot of time. And another important thing, when you go for image kind of task, it is better to go with CNN. You can do it with scikit-learn, but it is not that much recommended. PyTorch or this neural network from Keras, okay, you have convolution 2D, right? So these are things are available in neural network only, which does variety of tasks, right? We have learned about the CNN, what is happening behind it, right? You know, right, how an image is consists of many pixels guys, 1200 into 1200 many pixels, and for each place it is going to place, all of them are matrix. It is going to place the filter and take some of it, one hot encoding, sorry, the pooling is done, max pooling is done. So many things are happening right there. So neural network will be furthermore advantage. If you are having image kind of task, or if you have text data with or time series prediction, you can go with this. Or if it is a normal kind of problem, you can go with machine learning algorithm. I hope this clarification will give you some more clarification. Is it clear for you? So when to choose for machine learning algorithm, when to go for neural network. But in neural network, you can design your own actually based on the feature you are having. So I hope it will be clear. And we are in the end guys. So this class is going to over today. So I have taken Naan Mudhalvan Python programming, and this is data science. So this is the goodbye session. Thank you. Thanks for attending. And if you have time, please make sure you are giving some review. So this will give me some more boost for next further classes. The link is given in the description. You can find 3 links. One is the review link. You can go and give the post in Google review. And another thing is project registration. And regarding the submission guys, I'll tell you how to do it. So in few days, okay, in few days you will receive a submission link guys. Those who register will automatically receive another form, which will be a submission form. Okay, in few days you will get, not now, you will be getting in few days. This is the last date. So before that you will be getting a submission link. So in that submission link, please make sure you are giving all the required information, and then you have to post the document and code there. Okay, so this will help us to validate. Okay, and another thing, please don't send any mail. Please update in that submission form. That submission form will be circulated. Okay, this is a registration form. Those who register will receive the submission form before this date. So make sure you are submitting it there. Okay, so I hope this 20 days we'll try to cover many part, and we cannot cover something like image processing, or whether it can be reinforced machine learning. Okay, but mainly the data science, it is mainly reliable on supervised and unsupervised learning. We have covered it, and also neural network, also NLP. These are the majority of data science. So in the 20 days we have covered this, and thank you for, like, only few people are attending regularly. Thanks for your support. And anytime if you guys have, so please don't think about we don't have any hackathon session for your doubt clarification. So like for many of the students, they are having exams right now, so we cannot actually fix some time. Many are not available, so it is giving some issues. So whatever happen, if you have any doubt, please don't hesitate. Please message me in the chat or in this guys LinkedIn. In that group I am present, you guys know. You can post any doubt in the group, or like you can send me message. Okay, I'll try to clarify your doubt, whatever your doubt may be. So that will be a hackathon, anytime hackathon. If you have any doubt, whether it can be your project, in that if you got any struggle, you can ask me, or any doubt, you can contact me anytime, guys. So please note down the important date and the submission. Please make sure you are attending or registering this, guys. Please make use of it. And regarding the submission, you will be receiving a link soon. Okay, so please make sure you are submitting your projects there and it will be validated. And please give us some time for preparing or validating you guys for the attendance, and the certificate will be updated or received soon. You will be guys receiving soon. And regarding the assignment 4, the update link is given in the description. Please do it, guys, and include word cloud also. Okay, we have learned it in today's class, so that will be a little bit good. And try to complete this task. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support for the 20 days. So nearly 100 or more than that are submitting, constantly submitting the assignment. So thanks for the tasks you have done. So I hope we can see you in some other class in the future. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any doubt, you can ask me now in just 5 minutes. Other than that, we can wind up session. If you guys have any doubt regarding the assignment or the project, actually, if you guys have any doubt, please ask it now. In Kaggle, you can find many like project coding competitions where you can actually participate, or you can try on your own, which will help you to improve furthermore. So in the abstract, actually, you are going to write about the plan. So actually what is an abstract is, so in one page you have to write, or in half page you just try to give an introduction of what you are going to do, how you are going to do in one page. Okay, convert it into a PDF and upload it. It should contain what you are going to do. Like for example, in research paper or in your project, in your final year project, you would have done it. So many of you guys are maybe in like first year, second year, you would have not known it. Please ask your seniors what is an abstract. So it is like if you are submitting a thesis or a project, okay, first page you will be having abstract. So what it is, your thesis may be like nearly 50 page or nearly 100 page, okay, but you will be having the first page, it will have abstract, so it will give some glimpse about what you are doing in that 100 page. So that's what an abstract is. So regarding the criteria, so please make sure it is based on a data science project, not any other than that. Okay, and please try to do it unique actually, so that will give you an advantage to be a winner. Or imagine a situation or a problem, a real world data science problem. Please try to take new data. You can collect your data. Okay, you can do something like that. You can do some prediction. It can be a healthcare or finance or like student related one. Okay, something like that you can perform. And please make sure you are not just copying the code from the internet and just pasting it. We will know whether it is an available project or new project. So please make note of it and try to do it on your own. Project topic, you have to decide and give your topic, guys. Please give a nice name for your project. The one line will determine whether your project is good or not. Don't give the cliche title. Please give a new title or topic which will define your project in a good way. I hope it will be clear. cannot understand how to do hackathon project documentation. Can you define furthermore? As a criteria is it should be a data science project, and please try to do your own project. Please don't copy it from anywhere. That will be the criteria. If you ask for documentation, okay, project documentation, I understand it now. So regarding the documentation, you can give you can take or ask a senior regarding what we'll do in the project. So it can be nearly 10 to 20 pages where you'll be having an abstract and then introduction. You have to write elaborately about the introduction, and then what are you are going to do, what is the plan, and then output screenshot. Please make a note of it. Please include your output screenshot in that documentation. Okay, so if I suggest, I'll be going for both actually. Please take a task, imply machine learning algorithm and neural network also. That will be great, right? So in the documentation, please make note of it. You are keeping the screenshot of the code, screenshot of the output. That is mandatory. And you guys can also do one thing, guys. So you can even post it in LinkedIn, because in LinkedIn there are many industrial experts and staffs, and people are there, technical people are there. What you can do is you can post it in our group. Okay, in our LinkedIn group, in the community, you can actually post the screenshot alone, not the code or anything. You can just post the output or write about one or few lines about your project. So please make a note of it. Don't post your project in the open space in LinkedIn and like that. So please don't paste the code or something like that, but output or glimpse of what you have done. Okay, this will help you to add it in your bio, so it will be furthermore helpful for you. If you go for the companies for interview and so on, you can show what you have done in your previous things. So I hope it will be clear, guys. Please make sure in the documentation you are giving introduction, the project code, the project output. Okay, so you can add PPT. So you'll be getting a drive link, I think so. So you can add whatever you require. Please make note of it. You should add the code, so that then only we can verify whether it is running or working or not. Okay, so those things will be given in the submission form. So even if you have doubt in the LinkedIn group, you can ask me, guys. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, and all the best for your project.